All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everyone doing today? Hello and welcome. We got a bunch of new people following us today on YouTube and on Discord too. So I would like to welcome all new members who are just joining our show today. Thank you so much for joining us, and happy Halloween, you crazy bastards! I got my pumpkin spice latte ready. Little hipster action right there for you. So, yeah, summoning the Halloween spirit here to Egypt. So we got Chiquitin saying hello. Hello, my friend. Hope I spelled your name right. Omega, the man, the legend himself. Good morning, my good friend. Thank you for joining us today, all of you. All right, so 15 minutes to market open, and hopefully you guys had a chance to look through our the watch list that I did for you guys today. Should be a little interesting, I would say, to work that out. Of course, we're gonna go through everything together, but for now, let's jump in and quickly see what the market is doing before we do anything. So this is our account as of now. So we ended Friday $5,038. So it hasn't, of course, updated. It will probably properly update once the market opens here. So the market is down a little bit, so we should there you go. So we are overall down $8, which is not bad, and we are up since Friday $192. We actually added a lot of SPY puts, which we are up $8 on, so not bad. And we added a few VIX calls, which we're not gonna see. VIX is up a lot actually today, which is good for us, but we're not gonna see the full effect of that till probably the market opens. So that's a quick update on the account here. But that being said, let's quickly jump in here and see what the futures are doing, right? So all right, so a lot of people are wondering the same thing. What the hell is the futures going to do? What the hell is the market going to do today? Is it going to be one of those sell-off days? Are we going to pump some more? And actually, this is going to be fairly simple. Believe it or not, it's not really going to be hard for us to determine that. You guys remember, if you were following from a while back, we had these trend lines drawn, right? And this is a very famous trend line. A lot of people have this trend line specifically on their chart, right? So we have 1, 2, 3 touch points. This is the infamous Jackson Hole speech right here, and since then we've been going down. This line is being respected, and of course, with the huge run up that we had last day. Look at this pure green candle, Shrek deck candle type of moment, right? Huge, just absolutely huge. Anyway, we're getting this type of moment here. So what do we always say about trend lines, right? This is something that we always say. Trend lines measure supports, measure resistance. Every time it's the same thing, and this is most definitely a very major trend line. It's not gonna break through just like that, right? It's gonna break through. So it tested it once, twice, thrice. It tested it as resistance, and it broke through. So now it's gonna have to figure out, well, is this gonna be support, or are we going back right down under the trend line, right? So this is why I got puts. This is why I called an SPX put today morning as well. This is just the same idea here, is that we're no longer forming a bull flag, if you will. So this will be the flag, and this will be the pole, and this will be the flag. Kind of too big to be a flag here. So it's gonna be really simple. We break through the 21 MA, we go up and test the highs. Yeah, we're probably gonna run today. What I think is gonna happen, we're gonna test this trend line as support, and if it holds, and I think it will hold, then we start trending again. At least these are my expectations. This trend line fails, we break down through, then yeah, I mean, things are gonna continue being red for the rest of the day. So it's not gonna be too hard for us today, to figure out what's going on. My personal expectations for the day, honestly, after a huge run up like this, probably a chop day, right? You have a lot of things going on. You have the FMOC coming up. You have a lot of uncertainty and fear in the market. Will the Fed pivot? Will it not pivot? I don't know, lots of question marks, right? And it's, of course, we can very clearly see this by the VIX, which is up 4.8, almost 5% today, right? It's a huge jump. This is why I got into VIX calls. And the reason why the VIX is up, it's not because we expect the market to go down a lot, right? Because I know people will look at this and think, well, hey, like the market should be going down because the VIX is up. Not necessarily, right? This happens every single FMOC meeting. huge run up. This is why I got the VIX calls, and why it's because people are just hedging. It's not that they're bearish per se. Of course, some people are bearish, but the main reason is that people are hedging. Funds, right? People with long-term holdings, right? You don't know what's going to happen with the MFOC. All you know is that it's going to be a very, very, very big movement, right? One way or the other. So people are hedging, and this is why you see, people hedge by buying SPY puts to protect their positions. So you see a big run up in the VIX, right? So this does not tell me that we're bearish today. This only tells me that people are hedging. Again, I know a lot of you will be asking, the VIX is up a lot, so why is the market not going down? Because this time it's not that there's SPY put inflows because people are bearish. It's SPY put inflows because people are hedging for a very big event, right? So once again, to repeat here, we're very simply looking for either a breakthrough of this high that we got Friday, right? First breakthrough of the 21 MA, that would be big, and then breaking through of the high. This is the 1 hour chart, by the way. On the other hand, if bearish scenario, we're looking for a break off this trend line here on the test, which I think we're gonna get the test like close to the open properly, test, and then it's gonna figure out, hey, are you support, are you not support? If it's support, it runs up again and we'll see what it does. If not, then it's probably gonna break down. My personal expectations probably chop in this area here today, right? Like, come on guys, like think about it logically. Who's gonna buy what today? Like do you have an idea what you should buy today? Even if you do, you're guessing, right? Like there is no direction, there is no edge here. If you're buying here, you're mostly for the most part guessing, right? FMOC, if you read my write-up, 50-50, right? We don't know what's going to happen. There is no direction one way or the other, right? We don't have anything happening between them. We have a few earnings that we can play and a few small events, if you will, but like nothing major, nothing, to just give us a clear direction. And of course, we had a very huge, big impulsive move up. We're not dropping that much to lose the move, so I'm not seeing anything bearish yet. We're also not making any crazy moves on the way up. I think we test this, and when we test this, I think we might have some slight direction, some slight idea, some slight notion on what's going to happen here, right? So this is my thinking here for SPY, the futures, SPX, whatever you prefer to trade. That being said, let's have a look at VIX, right? So, because VIX is going to be very important here. And of course, we see huge, big gap up, from Friday's lows, right? So we were talking about this line for a long time. And, of course, we predicted before we'll break the 28.5 and all hell breaks loose and we go down here. And just as expected, that happened. That being said, though, remember this trend line that we were testing here that we said like it keeps failing to break through? Now we have a trend line down below where it keeps failing to break through on the downside as well, right? So this is something very, very important to keep an eye on. Look at this. For those of you who've been watching my very early videos, we had these trend lines 3 months ago, right? And these lines are being respected since around 2021, the end of 2021, right? Unable to break through. We tried really hard on the way down. Nope, didn't work. We tried really hard on the way up. Also did not work. Keeps getting pushed right back in, right? So what's happening here is that we're getting to a stage, right, where this is getting very, very tight, right? This keeps tightening and tightening. And this is why you see towards the end here, big moves outside these lines, but getting pushed back in. Big moves outside here, getting pushed back in. Same idea, the same thing, right? So what this tells me is that the more this gets constricted, the more this gets tighter, right? The more we're gonna have a very big impulsive move one way or the other. We're gonna have a very big impulsive move on the way up. We're gonna have a very big impulsive move on the way down. We're gonna have an impulsive move nonetheless, right? So just something to keep in mind here. Very important trend lines. A lot of people also have these on their charts, so something to keep an eye on, right? So 5 minutes to the open, so we're gonna very quickly try to go through the individual stocks here and see how they're doing. Let's quickly here jump on the 5-minute chart. So AMD down 1.6%. AMD has earnings this week, so something to keep an eye on for sure. We'll definitely be playing it. Nvidia is still far off, down a little bit less, not as much as Nvidia. Intel actually up a little bit, right? So that's definitely interesting. So we have the whole variety here with the semis very much down, a little bit up, a little bit down. So nothing, again, lots of uncertainty in the semi sector. EVs, Tesla down a little bit here. Again, mostly everything is down a little bit with the market. to be expected. So nothing crazy here. Neo down 1%. Neither here or there. Look at that. Twitter can no longer be on our list. It got delisted. Good for you, Elon. Congratulations, buddy. All right. So Apple. Let's see here. Apple 154 down 1.6%. Apple is down a lot. So Apple is down a lot. Probably just a pullback, a healthy pullback. Look at that. It had one hell of a run on Friday. I think here, if someone is interested in a scalp, and we might take the scalp, is probably test this line here. So the high before the earnings was 152.4. We're in 153.2 now. A $1 scalp, very much possible here to scalp. Probably at the open, it will go down and test this level before going up. So we're gonna see. Amazon, one hell of a recovery, of course, aided by a very, very green day. Now, like I said, guys, I told you this. Remember, we had this and I told you it's going to be very, very hard for Amazon to break the 100 level area, the psych level here. Going to be super, super important. And as you can see, it's still unable to break through, just dancing around this line. We're probably going to see some consolidation here for Amazon for a while, right? Will is saying, let's go GME flush at the open and bounce around 29. Okay, GME is a play I wanted to get in. Basically, if you guys are wondering why GME is running, it's because the CEO or someone in Ortex, someone big in Ortex, which is a very famous software that we used to measure short interest and free float and all that stuff. And basically, he came out and said, hey, GME breaks $30, shit is gonna go crazy, right? He said GME breaks $30 and we're about to just go, things are about to go nuts. So of course, GME tribe just took that as a signal to, hey, let's go, let's pump this to 30 and see what's up. Let's see if this is a thing or not. And now GME moved 8%. Not on that news. GME moved 8% because it moved with the market. I saw some misinformation there out there on the subreddits. People were saying that GME moved because of something or short. No. GME just moved with the market. Nothing other than that. But this move here, pre-market, the 11% move, huge move, by the way. Congratulations if you if you still had calls from Friday. I would recommend you taking some profit on those at the open, because that's one hell of a run, right? But the idea here is people are like, hey, well, this guy, he's the short interest guy, right? Ortex is the short interest platform, right? So he's like, well, if someone knows what's up, it's probably this guy. Let's take it to 30. Let's take it above 30. Let's figure out what happens above 30, right? So this is going to be a very, very important breaking point here, because the idea is that if they take it above 30, which is where it is right now, and things don't go nutty, it's going to be one hell of a drop. It's going to be a huge, very big drop, right? At the very least, the drop will be here, right, to this high here, but likely it will be lower. I think the drop will, at the very least, go down to here to 27.7 or 28.81. So what am I going to do? What's my play here? Will I play GME? Hell yeah, it's gonna be a fucking like a roller coaster where we can scalp the hell out of this thing today. But hey, let's see, right? Maybe this guy knows something that we don't. So if I see it running up a lot, right, and proper running up with good volume, then yeah, maybe this guy is onto something. If not, which I don't think he is, then we're going to see very, very quick drop down as people start taking their profits or getting out once they realize nothing is going on. So we're going to see, one way or the other. If it goes up, we're going to scalp it and make money. It goes down, we're going to scalp it and make money. So let's see what happens, but definitely on the watch list for today. And then it says, good morning to you, my very good friend. Good morning, my man. Hope everything is very well with you. All right, so we have 1 minute here till the open, so we're very quickly going to jump back to our SPY here and look at our levels again, guys. I hope you know this by now, but we have four very specific levels we look for every day to determine the range for the day and when we jump into calls. So first level we're looking at here today is the pre-market low, which seems to be around this region here, and the pre-market high, which seems to be here. Now we're gonna place resistance here at the pre-market high because it's a new level, right? So we look at pre-market high, yesterday's high, which is Friday's high, which is right here, and pre-market low and yesterday's low, which is way down here. So we have a very, very big range, and the market just opened, right? So we're up nicely on our puts. I'm keeping my puts for now. See, we didn't get IV crushed because we have a far out expiry. I will be trimming those a little bit, as they reach certain levels here. So no rush, but let's go back here and keep an eye on what the market is doing here. This is going to be pretty damn important. So of course, SPY just immediately attacking the 21 MA here, figuring whether it can break through or not. If not, it'll probably go all the way back down right here to this support 384.4, which is coincidentally also the 200 MA. Do not forget we have a gap here from this morning, and with the uncertainty here, I'm guessing it's gonna be a consolidation sideways sort of day. So probably go down, test here, go up, fill the gap, and just keep chopping in the middle. This is my guess, and it's an educated guess, but a guess nonetheless. I have nothing to support this as of yet, and we're not gonna play with guesses here. I'm not gonna play with my guess. I'm just gonna watch and see what happens. Again, we have our levels. I'm looking for this level here to break to get into calls, and I will be waiting for this level here to break to get into puts. Till then, I am keeping put. I'm waiting. I already have a few puts and calls here for the VIX, so we're just gonna let those do our things. We have a lot of time in those, no rush, and we're just gonna watch and see what the market does, right? Again, I am basically stockpiling as much cash as humanly possible for the FMOC meeting. For those of you who are just joining us and don't know about this, this is my goal here. We usually make a lot of money in the FMOC and CPI days, right? I think for the past all of the FMOC meetings, we made money on those, and we lost money on only one CPI day, right? Usually we make a lot of them, so we're gonna keep a keen eye on those. I'm stockpiling as much cash as I can, so I'm able to play freely, scalping, all the stuff, on that day, since this is a cash account, right? It's a small account, it's a cash account. So SPY not really doing much here right at the open, still trying to figure out, whether it's gonna run or whether it's gonna go down. And the volume so far in the open, if we compare it to the previous days here, so as you can see here, this is not really that much volume, right? Low volume day. Again, low volume today is going to be very much expected for very obvious reasons. Again, why buy anything today? Makes no reason to buy anything today or tomorrow unless you're extremely ridiculously bullish. Makes no sense to buy anything here because it is what it is. FMOC meeting in 2 days. Might as well wait and see, right? Now, QQQ going down sharply. This tells me probably that, oh, wow, look at that. Like, everything just went green here in the semis. Not looking so hot. Tesla down 1%, not good. Apple almost down 2%, definitely not good. And I think, there you go. Like I said, at the open, this could be a quick scalp here if anyone was interested, and it played out exactly as we expected. It went down to test this line that we had here, so hopefully you guys had someone used this as a good scalp. Netflix is my 10 bagger play for this week, right? So Netflix, the trigger here for Netflix, in case you didn't read the watch list, is I am basically waiting for Netflix to just relax, pull back a little bit here, and reclaim the 50 MA, 20 MA on the 1 hour chart. Has to reclaim both. Once it reclaims them, then I'm going in because it's going to be going in for the remainder of the gap fill, right? So definitely going to be very interesting. Healthcare sector, not so hot, not bad, but not so hot. So it's neither here nor there. Again, finance, very mixed bags. We have some people like Deutsche. Deutsche was a short, by the way. Look at this arrow. I had this arrow from the thing. And yeah, looks like it played out. Okay, so I missed it. I was not able to participate. But looks like one of the watch list plays panned out. So hopefully you guys made some money on that. I mean, it was a bit hard for anyone to make money on that, if I'm being fair. But at least it was the call was proper. So that's always nice. All right, so let's go back here to the 5 minute and see what the SPY is doing. A little bit of recovery here. Again, still trying with the 21 MA. Bulls really don't want to lose this line here. It feels like if we lose this sort of intraday support here at this level, which is forming from these two highs from the consolidation on Friday, it seems if we lose this level, like I said, we'll probably go and test the 384.5, at which I might probably trim. I have 4 puts here, so I might probably trim a couple of those. We'll see. Again, for the most part, I will be trading those, getting in and out where appropriate when I'm making, some sort of money here. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep this, as some sort of, at the worst case scenario, I'm gonna keep it as a hedge. If you're in same day stuff or stuff that expires today, I would recommend taking profits on those. I do expect today to be a very choppy day, so I would recommend really just making sure to just collect profits if you have stuff that expires today or tomorrow, so you don't get chopped up and lose a lot of money. Again, SPY here really trying, if it breaks the 21 MA, it's gonna start trying to fill this gap right here. So it would be really nice to see at least some direction, even if it's chop and we keep going up and down within this range. If we establish a range, that's good, because we can scalp the hell out of that range, right? So establishing a range, not a bad thing whatsoever, right? But again, judging by this action here, no calls, no puts, no nothing. This is just wait and see scenario. Omega says GME halted. Holy hell. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's see. 60%? God damn. Looks the Ortex dude wasn't fucking around. No, it's up 16%, not 60. All right. Well, I thought 60%. I was like, the mother of all squeezes are here. That they were not wrong. Wow, look at this. 38.2 halted up 16%. That's one hell of a move here. You hate to be caught on a halt up. That's I mean, it's better than a halt down, but like, see on my calls on the stock. Congratulations, my good friend. Congratulations. Don't forget to book profits. GME is gonna be all over the place today, man. So trim a little bit. Don't forget to do that. Netflix back to green, red, green, red. Meta down. Meta is shit stock anyway. Google down 1%. That's not nice. Why did the VIX call drop so much despite going up 4%? Because it is still out of the money, right? So it's a $30 call, right? So it needs to get into the money. Once it gets in the money, it will move up a lot very quickly. And also, there's a very big spread between these two. So you're gonna see it like between the bid and the ask, 35 and 44. So you're gonna see it jump between these bids a lot. Green, red, right? So it's gonna take some time, so give it a little bit of time here. Let's see here. Cizian says, should I set a market sell now? I would not market sell. Man. For the reason Anel is saying, GME options are like 50% apart. I would definitely not sell. No, that would be terrifying for me. Your market sell, you're gonna get robbed. So, Angelique, good morning. How's it going? You're late today. We missed you. All right, so let's see here. Amazon turning a little bit green. Shopify turning a little bit green. Apple getting a little bit better. Tesla still red, but looks like it's doing much better here. Semi is not recovering that much. Looks like things are turning up a little bit here. Not too much, but turning up a little bit, right? So we see here the SPY, trying to recover the 21 MA, but still unable to. Like I said, it really is, like setting up to be one of those like boring chop days. Like we've seen this happen a lot, especially in the past few months, right? We see like we get the big move and then the consolidation days, which is usually 2 to 3 days, and then another big move up, or like a big move up, consolidations days, big move down, which is how the market works really. Like this is not anything out of the ordinary. This is not something crazy. That's just how the market works, right? It moves in phases. So right now we might possibly be in the consolidation phase. We might get another run up, we might get a move down. We have no data to move on as of yet, right? Best guess is consolidation day, but we're gonna have to wait and see on that, right? So let's see here. How is everything doing? Semi is recovering a little bit, not too much. MU is up. That's good. Tesla almost went back to green. That's interesting. The trigger for me to get into Tesla is again a break above the 230 level. We'll break above the 230 level and it will go to 250. I'll be waiting for that for a quick scalp here on Tesla. But until I see the 230 break and hold, I don't think Tesla is a safe entry for me. Might still chop, in this area. Like, don't forget, this was a very green day for most stocks last time, and Tesla was barely green on Friday, right? So it's consolidating here, and I don't want to get caught in that chop, right? Netflix looks like it's moving and making some nice moves up here, right? So I'm just gonna mark here the 1 hour level so I don't keep switching. I want the 50 MA break, which is right here, 279. Let's say 298, right? So 298 is the level that I'll be looking for here. We break this level, we hold. I'll be going into calls. Till then, I'll be waiting. All right, so again, looking here for a scalp opportunity if I can find one. GME looks like a possible, I mean, definitely volume there, right? So I don't know how long it will be halted up. If someone has the L2 or the L3 loaded up and can tell us when the halt will be over, that'll definitely be cool. Cesium says, Ash, what do you think would do if you were stuck in a halt up? I want to get out with profits as soon as it's unhalted. It's gonna resume now. It's going up. Well, get out with profits now if you can, right? So if you can now, you'll probably get IV crushed a little bit. There you go, it's going up. So I would start setting stop losses here and taking some profits, right? So yeah, but looks like the halt up, the only thing that it did is just, excited people. So that's good. 34 here. That's pretty insane. Wow, look at this huge candle here. Up 20%. Wow, we're at the 34 level. People are just jumping in, they're like, this is gonna be the next thing. This is gonna be the mother of all squeezes finally. So everyone is just jumping in, going nuts. I'm sorry guys, I know we should be trading other things, but this is way too exciting not to be looking at. This is gonna be very interesting. And hey, man, I don't think it'll be the mother of all squeezes or anything. I hope so. I mean, come on, you want to see events like that, right? You want to see history being made. So yeah, let's go JME. Hell yeah, squeeze, man. Filled up 85%. Nice. And thank you, Omega, for letting us know that it's gonna resume, by the way. Nice. Good job, man. Good job. 85%. That's how you want to start the day, with an 85% win. This is excellent. This is beautiful. Now, of course, it's a bit overbought here. Way too overbought, but this is to be expected. I wouldn't really give the RSI much consideration at this moment. It's very tempting to start scalping this baby here. And by the way, I would not short this. Even with puts. Not now. Not at all. I would wait for this to calm down. I want to see volume coming down, stuff like that. Things that will let me know. Jay is saying GME IV jump. Yeah, of course. This is how do you get an IV? How do you get the IV to get up? When one particular thing is being bought a lot, right? So in this case, it will be a lot of calls being bought, obviously. So that's definitely something to keep that will get the IV up and excited. So let's see here, if we can scalp. Market has been open for 15 minutes and I haven't bought anything yet. What are the options since? 130% IV. Fuck that. That's too much. The thing is, by the way, is IV is across the board. So it's not just calls that have high IV. It's puts that have high IV too, So it looks like I want to say some sort of consolidation here, I would guess. Let's have I think we need a quick overview here on what's going on. So all right, so these are all the time frames for GME. So let's see what's up here. So on the 1-day chart, it obviously look at this, a huge gap right above the 200 MA. Very big gap, right? On the 1 hour, it was already well above the 200 MA, 50 MA, and 21 MA. So not much here. 1 minute, of course, we're getting a much clearer view of the selling off that's happening right now. People taking their profits, they're a little bit scared, for good reason. It's good to book profits here. All right, we're getting a little bit of selling here. Let's see. IV is not really moving down that much, and Let's see, refresh here. Maybe we can get like a better view, but we're not really seeing anything. Uh, let's see here. What should we get? Should we get a lotto? I mean, yeah, what the hell, right? Let's do a lotto put here. Let's do something cheap, right? 28, 4-day expiry. Why the hell not, right? Small amount, $120, right? Yeah, why the hell not? Let's go for it, right? I got it at the ask, so it's gonna open red anyway. Hey, we make $100 off this, 100% cool. We lose it all. It is what it is, right? It's a small amount. We can live or die without it. It's a nice lotto, you know. Like, what the hell? GME pump and dump, of course, man. Definitely pump and dump, right? Like again, it was pumped because the dude said it's exactly like I said at the beginning of the stream. The Ortix guy was like, hey, you just get it over 30, we're gonna see some crazy things, right? And they got it over 30, and they were expecting, you know, huge short squeeze, huge melt up, nothing. So of course people are taking their profits, and of course there's another subset of people who are just like, hey, we don't care, short squeeze or not. We're going in, we're getting on the run up, we're taking our profits, we're leaving. Does not mean it might not run again, right? Because maybe a lot of people probably were waiting for a pullback, so they might, you know, be waiting to get back on the pullback. So we can see another run up again, not impossible here. But yeah, I have a lot of put, you know, just for fun, you know, just to be part of this. And again, we see it go up 100%. Again, expected level that we were talking about is 28.8, right? So that's more than $4. So that makes it pretty much go to zero, like red here. So that will be some nice money if we get it. If not, that's $100. So now that we have our lotto play here, I'm gonna go back, of course, GME eventually to look at it and see what's up. But you know, let's not miss what's going on here in the market. Let's not get swept up in the excitement. Angelique, I got a GME November 4th, 28.5 put. Check shop must be, what is it? Is it very green? I know, because I'm sure it's green. Yeah, Chop Beast, right? They had very good earnings. They had very, very good earnings, right? And yeah, it's like this is what I was expecting for Amazon too, right? Remember what I said, guys? I was like, Visa beat, Mastercard beat, UPS beat, everything that kind of gives us, you know, this is the e-commerce cocktail, if you will, right? They all beat, and Amazon didn't beat. So the problem is with Amazon, but e-commerce looks to be doing well, right? And as evident here by Shopify, of course, it's up 3% today. By the way, it was up like 14, 15%, you know, on the when it opened, which is a stock, by the way, that was absolutely hammered down. Just FYI. So, anywho, Apple down 1.5%. Tesla back down again to 1%. This is why I said waiting for the trigger here, the 230. Till then, I'm not interested. Damn, semis are not doing well. Semis are getting hammered today. AMD down 3%. Nvidia down almost 3% as well. Intel was green, now it's red. That's not good. And of course, this is all, you know, uncertainty, fear, all that stuff, right? So kind of makes sense. Cool Whip is asking Airbnb puts. Honestly, I think Airbnb calls. I'm not playing Airbnb because I don't have enough information or edge on it. But I think Airbnb calls. If I was gonna play it, this is an uneducated guess. And my reasoning why Airbnb calls is because airlines beat. And my thinking is that if there's increased airfare, then there might be increased, you know, Airbnb bookings as well. Hence, calls instead of puts. I would not just buy calls just on this alone, but this is what I got. This is why I did not include Uber or Airbnb in my write-up. But this is what I can think of really. So I don't know. Maybe this puts you on the first step on your DD to see whether it's a good buy or not, right? So, but this is what the only thing I can think of. So, all right. So back to our plays here. Spy not looking so hot here. Down. Yeah, failed the 21 MA and looks like it's trying to break the low of the day here. And it looks like it just broke it, and retesting it again is trying to figure out whether it will go down some more here or not, right? So We already have our puts here, which are gonna start to print soon, hopefully. Looks like GME is still halted, which is not very nice. So yeah, we're gonna wait and see here. If we get 384.5, which looks like we might, the 200 MA test and this support here, then definitely I think a trim is in order. We're up $116, $120, $125, as it keeps dying here. So yeah, you know what? Why the hell not? Let's trim here a little bit. Let's get a nice trim. I'm gonna start by trimming one at 2.8, right? So submit sell order. Let's see if we get a fill. We get a fill. We get a fill. We don't get a fill. No biggie, right? So we're gonna see what happens here. Yeah, it looks like it really wants to go for the 200 MA test. So we'll probably get a fill. There you go. We just got filled, right? So the first trim here, and my second and final trim will be here, right? Exactly on the 200 MA. So I'm just gonna move this to the other screen here, guys. I'm sorry about that. So we can properly look at this here. So I'm able to sell properly. So I'm just gonna prepare to sell one. So I'll still have half my position. Right? I'm still not fully out. I would love to sell this at $3. That'd be really nice if I can get $3 for it. Hopefully I can get more. It does have room. If we get like a straight line down here all the way to the 200 MA, we can definitely get like $3 for it, probably more. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait and see here, and I'm gonna change this here to a stop instead of a limit in case it goes down more than 3. So we're gonna see. Again, still struggling here after the big drop down. Again, we had, like I said, since it's taking its time here. So like we said here, this was some sort of intraday level here, some sort of intraday support / resistance, right? So again, broke through it now. So now it's trying to figure out, hey, will you be resistance now, or are you gonna go back to be support, right? So if it fails, obviously go down here, test 385. So yep, that looks like the play here. And again, notice this, guys. VIX still at 4.5, still nothing changed, right? Again, because the market is not going up or down based on the VIX, right? VIX is going up because of hedging, and that's really it. Okay, so all right, so we're just gonna keep an eye on this here, for when it happens. Just gonna take it easy here. Coop saying Netflix reached 293. I don't remember what our target was for the trigger. No, our target for the trigger is 298, right? So I'm looking for 298 here. I'm looking for the break and hold of 298. Then I'll go in for calls, but until then, no. Like, I don't know how much this will pull back here. Again, it had a very big run up, right? All from the earnings. Even before the earnings, look at this, started running up here. So a pullback is more than expected, but I don't want to be in calls while it pulls back, right? Let it do its thing. When it's done and ready, I will be there to buy calls, right? But till then, no thank you. Apple 2% down. What is GME doing? Is it still halted? Where's GME? Okay, there you go. So GME down a little bit more. So let's see if we got Ivy crushed or not. Possibility. Yeah, it's not going down as much as you expect it to go down. We're up almost $200 today, $260 today. So that's nice. I'm happy with that. We barely used any cash actually. So, no biggie. We're just gonna wait here. Again, for me, honestly, I want GME to go all the way down to here. For my puts, I want it to go 28.8. But again, just keep an eye here on this. On the 5 minutes, the 21 MA is holding, right? The 21 MA is holding. And if this keeps holding, we might get another run up, right? So we're just gonna wait and see here, right? So Angelique sold puts and GME made $43. Well done. Very nice. Very nice, right? Very nice. $43 is good money, right? You make $43 every day, and you have like $3,000 at the end of the month. So I'll take it. I was very happy. I made $50 scalping puts today, so I was very happy with that too, actually. But yeah, Omega lost 1K trying to buy the dip on GME. I'm very sorry, my friend. Very, very sorry. Uh, but like you said yourself, it was a pump and dump, man. I'm very, very sorry. But wait and see if it keeps falling down some more. Maybe you can make your money on the way down, right? So we're gonna keep an eye on it. We're up around 10% here on GME, so that's nice. Again, keep an eye on the 21 MA, guys. It is still holding the 21 MA. Just testing around it, right? So again, failed as support, checking out to see if it will work as resistance or not. So keep an eye on 21 MA here. Very, very important when scalping, momentum plays like this. So we're back where we were up 20%. Now we're down only to 10%. My expectations is that if it keeps going down, especially if it goes down below 30, we can see a very quick run down here below 30 as people just start freaking out. So we'll see. GME, again, I would not rely much on the technicals as much as I would rely on the psychology here, right, of how people play a short squeeze. But again, because of the IV and the chop, we're not really making much money on here. Again, we're only in for $100, so we're not really making huge amounts of money on the put, but at least we're green, so that's nice. And yeah, down 8.5, 8.3, going for the 50 MA here, which is exactly 30.3. This is gonna be like a super pivotal level here, right? Because we lose the 50 MA, we're definitely getting to the 200 MA, right? So this is gonna be a very pivotal level here for GME, right? So again, we're barely up here, 10%, right? We're up 17% now, so that's nice. So again, my hope here is that this selling will get it to go negative instead of remaining green. Because if we get that, then things we can make some actually like decent money off it. So we'll see. But keep an eye on the 50 MA. I don't believe the 50 MA will be an area where we lose it quickly. But if we do, this is a sign that things are about to go very bad, right? So I would keep an eye on it here. But I'm gonna leave this as a little surprise for myself here. And I'm gonna go back to check the market. Let's see if we can get into more serious plays. Tesla down 1.7%. Not so hot here, right? So obviously this is shaping up to be a range here with some sort of support. I would say right exactly where we are. This right here, this level where we're at, right? And yeah, looks like Tesla is not doing so hot today. AMD, Nvidia recovering a little bit, still down pretty bad. Apple recovering a little bit, again, still down pretty bad. SPY just chopping here. Possible bear flag forming on the SPY in the 5 minutes. This is the pull here, and this will be our little flag. So this is a possible play here. Again, I'll just wait to see, if it tests 200 MA or not. Definitely gonna trim here on the 200 MA. But I'm gonna leave runners. I'm gonna leave half my position actually, so I wouldn't really call it runners. I'm just trimming profits here as we go. I don't want to go into the FMOC with very long holdings. I want to go in light. So yeah, just keeping an eye on it. Oh, GME is negative. So did it go up or did it not go up? Let's find out. Where is GME? Yeah, so it got a little bounce here, right, of the 50 MA as expected. Like I said, this will not be a level that will be lost easily. Does not mean it's a level that will not be lost, right? So if there's a possible recovery from this, which I don't think it will happen, here will be the place it will recover. So I'm very tempted to add another put here, to be honest with you, especially that it has a little bit time on it, right? So if this does not work out today, it's definitely not going to work out tomorrow. So it's kind of like a one-shot thing. So you know what, this huge spreads, I'm not interested in that. But what I am interested in is if I can get for 1.5, right? Not 1.5, 1.05, right? So if I can average down for 1.05, I'll take it. If not, I'm not interested. This is the most that I can do for here for GME. This I'm really good, and I'm only doing that because we're up, on our other positions. So why the hell not? Let's have some fun, right? Let's play a little bit here. And I'm gonna leave this simmer for now, right? While I go check on my other dishes. What is SPY doing? SPY. SPY. Oh, nice. Okay, SPY down almost 1% here. So this is definitely good for our puts. I really hope we get a nice big drop here. Chopping on the way there is not gonna be super helpful for us. Let's see here. So yeah. So as you guys can see, even though we're down more than we were before, right? So we sold here the first time, right? Even though we're down more, again, we're not even getting the 2.8 because I remember I sold the 2.8. I'm not even getting 2.8 again. Why is that happening? Because selling on a big drop like this is much better than selling on small drops, right? When you get the big drop, you get big huge swings, big huge shifts, right? In delta and in the IV and in everything, right? So you get a much better premium, right? So if you are trading around the core, just moving around, then it's always better, if you can get out on big drops like that. So yeah, we're gonna wait here and see. My GME filled up, so that means probably GME is moving up some. So let's see here. Yeah, GME is up now 11%, right? So to be expected, like I said, it could run up some more. It could go for new highs, which would be a trigger for calls. Actually, if it makes new highs, that would be a trigger for calls. Now it's still testing the 21 MA. Again, if it loses 21 MA, it's going red. That's for sure. The 50 MA, sorry, is going red. That's for sure. But till then, if it keeps struggling in this area, it will eventually start going down. So I'm gonna be patient on this one, and I'm gonna let it do its thing here. We're down $30 here. No biggie. We have a nice average 1.1. Spreads are starting to get tighter, which is always good, right? You want to see this, the spreads tightening up. So this means reasonable buying and selling, and with reasonable buying and selling does not come a squeeze. So that's good. So I'm just gonna wait this out here, and again, try to find some other plays for today while GME does its thing. We have time on our side here. So let's see. Okay, so finance is still a mixed bag here. Some things up, some things down. Nothing to sing home about. Healthcare is starting to turn red for the most part. Not too good. Don't forget, healthcare second most weighted sector in the SPY. Meta down quite a bit, almost 2.5%. Google down 1.5%. Verizon down 1.6%. Communication sector not so hot today. Netflix holding its own so far, kind of slightly down, which again gives you, I don't know, Netflix again super strong. It's been doing its whole thing, really kind of ignoring the market, to be honest. So Airbnb down a lot. Airbnb, wow, people are not feeling so hot about Airbnb. That's why, like I said, I have no edge with Airbnb. This is why I chose not to play the earnings. Like, I don't really have any idea about what Airbnb is going to do. So I don't know, man. Like, it's too, I'm too uninformed to play the earnings, right? So Microsoft, 1.5% down, not really doing much, still struggling around this area. Amazon, remember, it was up green. Look at what happened, got smacked back down to this line here. Like I said, it's gonna stay in this region for a while here, right? It's not gonna lose the $100 cycle level very, very, very easily. It's gonna take some time. Doesn't mean it will not run up eventually. It's just gonna take some time. And when it does, it's gonna probably run up a lot. Apple down almost 2% here. So looks like Apple is stuck between the level we drew here this morning, 152.4, and the 21 MA. If it loses this level here, has the next level here will be 150.2, which is not so hot. Cizian says Shop up 5%. Damn, Shop is a beast, and it deserves to be up 5%. Honestly, after the earnings, no, it deserves this. Like, if you're in Chop, man, if we're holding it long term, good for you guys. Like, congratulations, very well done. Tesla, not so hot. VIX starting to pull back a little bit actually, right? So VIX starting to pull back and it's in gap fill territory here, right? So this area here is the big gap up, so it's starting to fill that gap a little bit here. So we're gonna see what it does. It's flirting with the 200 MA2, which is another critical level. So we're just gonna have to wait and see here. SPY pulling back a little bit here. Good thing that we trimmed, booking our some profits here. But looks like it wants to try again for the 21 MA possibly. We're gonna have to wait and see before it goes back maybe 200 MA again. So this is just a wait and see situation here. Yeah, the market is really being awfully slow today. Again, look at this, like huge drop. I mean, relatively speaking, we're getting big drops and like small drops and small jumps. Nothing out of the ordinary here. As I said this morning, I really did expect it to be a chop day. It's one of those days, right? You have the FMOC in 2 days, which is scary enough on its own. You just had a huge run up, which is scary enough on its own as well. I don't. This is probably a day where small caps will be popping off, right? So small caps. If someone hears in the small caps, let me know. Like if you got a small cap that's popping up, let me know because they're probably like just moving all the way up and down. So that's definitely gonna be interesting. What is GME doing? Been a second since we checked on it. Yeah, it looks like it can't break the 21 MA. Back to 10%. Yeah, looks like GME is slowing down for a minute here. So don't underestimate the ability of the GME people on the subreddits to regroup and come back for round two. Don't underestimate that effect, right? So I would not get into GME for more than what I'm very, very comfortable losing, right? So I am very okay losing the $223. I don't mind, right? It's not a big deal for me. So so that's all I'm saying, right? So don't underestimate GME, and at the same time don't overestimate GME, right? We kind of poked at the level that they were talking about and nothing happened. So we'll see what happens today. Hopefully it goes red. We do stand to make quite a bit of money if it does go red here to the 28.8 level, because we'll be in the money then. But till then, wait and see. So industrials again barely doing anything. So you see the major sectors here in the SPY, the industrials, the healthcare, right? Sectors, they're kind of neither here nor there, right? So not really. How's crypto doing? Crypto, okay, so it basically pulled back all the way, down. Son of a bitch. When we really started going somewhere with crypto, right? We just started going somewhere with crypto, and yeah, it's back again to consolidation, right? Back again to 1500s for Ethereum, back again to 20K for BTC. It is what it is. EURUSD pretty damn far from parity. GPUSD, not doing so well. Definitely, of course, the strong is doing a lot better today. Makes sense. The dollar would be strong today with the market going down a little bit. Not really seeing anything special here so far. Let's see. All right, so GME pulling back. We're making some okay-ish money here. Netflix not even remotely close to our trigger. Pretty far from it actually. As a matter of fact, we might have a put situation here in our hand, a short scalp. So we can, I think, expect if Netflix loses this level here. I mean, here, yeah, probably here. Yeah, somewhere in this level here. Yeah, so if we probably lose 293.5, we can go down to 280-ish. I would say somewhere in this area here. That is a possible pullback, but I don't think Netflix does that on its own. The only way Netflix will go down that much is that if the market gets smacked down hard. But other than that, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see Netflix pulling back that much. Maybe starts consolidating in this area here a little bit. But we'll have to wait and see. Apple going down some more. Shopify going up some more. Tesla going down some more. AMD kind of looks like the semi sector is stuck in this area here. at the 2% level. VIX seems to be still going down some more, trying its luck here with 200 MA, figuring out what's going to happen. SPY, neither here nor there. Again, big candles up, bigger candles up, bigger candles down. It's not anything so far. We definitely broke the low of the day. We're still in this choppy area here from where we chopped around on Friday. So who knows? Maybe history will repeat itself in reverse, right? It chops down here and then we go all the way back down to 383.2. Possible, not impossible. We are getting closer to the 200 MA, but of course, all this chop is not really helping us with our premium. It's really eating away at our premium here. So not the best situation for us. But hey, nothing to do but wait here, honestly. So what can you do? Are you guys into anything that's moving? Anyone has any play here that's making any moves? Small caps, large caps, anything where there's an opportunity we can look at here, because so far it's looking pretty dead out there. PayPal. Let's go have a look at our earnings and major events for today. So this was the write-up from the other day. So 31st, which is today, 9:45, we had the Chicago PMI. Like I said, it's gonna be not a huge event, and we have the Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index. Let's actually go find out what's up with these, right? So let's see, Chicago PMI, right? Let's try to figure out if we can find out something for tomorrow. So Chicago PMI actual 45.2, forecast 47, previous 45.4. So okay, so we are actually producing less than before, right? So that means that that the prices, like the prices that people paid for products is increasing, and likely probably inventories rose at a faster pace, new orders fall at a faster pace. That's to be expected. So PMI decreased to 45.2 points in October from 45.7 points of September. Yeah, we know. Release remind yet another data point. The Fed may wish to consider numbers such as the U.S. economy is slowing at a faster rate than most expected and consistent with helping the elsewhere in the economy. Well, again, like this is neither here nor there, because again, this puts the Fed in a very tight space. They kind of want a recession, but they don't want to crash the economy at the same time. So they want to maintain this delicate balance, which is going to be like super very hard to do. So yeah. So that's wrong. 51 was not forecasted. It was 47. Big miss. So does this have an effect on the FOMC meeting? I don't think so. It's not really something that Jerome Powell considers that much. It's not that he doesn't consider it. It's just he doesn't consider it that much. Tomorrow we have manufacturing PMI numbers also from different entities. So we have the S&P Global, of course, which is responsible for the S&P 500, the SPY, the SPX, all that nice stuff, and the ISM Manufacturing Index, which is again different organization, which again neither here nor there. We don't really care about them that much. This is going to be interesting. The JOLTS job opening. We do know for a fact that not only does Jerome Powell consider jobs as one of the most important factors that he looks at, but to top that, again, like jobs are kind of like what will dictate what the market does, especially given that there is a lot of elections and stuff coming up. Midterm elections start very soon, so job openings are going to be very, very important. Again, like everyone is going to come out, start promising, we're going to give people jobs, everyone's going to be happy, all that stuff. So we're going to see, it's very important, like it's going to be very exciting to see what happens with the job openings tomorrow. So that's definitely a number we need to look at. Now, of course, on Wednesday, we have the employment change, again, super important level that comes in very early in the morning, 8:15, few minutes, a little bit before the open. And then of course we had the Fed, which is, again, like we said, we're gonna play these two parts. So I think for the Fed interest rate, I'm gonna get into calls, and then I'm gonna sell these calls on the spike, whether I'm right or wrong, and then wait for the Fed press conference, which, by the way, guys, 100% we're streaming this. There is no way in hell, unless like I'm physically incapacitated, there's no way in hell we're not streaming this live. It's gonna be extremely interesting to trade, right? It's not gonna be one of those days where we have this, this where like you want to die out of boredom. We're gonna have like it's gonna be. Come on, guys, you've seen the FMOC, right? Huge ups, huge downs. We need to be scalping the hell out of that. So we're definitely doing that. Come Wednesday. But till then, nothing really interesting. Let's have a look at the earnings. So we know AMD is tomorrow, right? So again, AMD, I will probably be playing calls. I'm just gonna have a quick look at that soon. Etsy is the day after tomorrow, and again, the same idea here is that like again, I'm going with calls because Shopify, Pinterest, I feel they're all in the same vein, right? So I don't know if anyone here did e-commerce before. Etsy and Pinterest kind of like perfect synergy, right? So I would think, like interest in Pinterest would translate to interest in Etsy. Shopify is kind of a very similar business, if you will. So Etsy a little bit more hipster, calm down. Shopify, of course, you get a lot of drop shipping stuff with it. So I think called Roku. Okay, whatever you guys want to play aside, I don't understand why Roku is still a company. Can someone explain to me why Roku is still a thing? I really don't get it. I don't understand. Like with everything, with all the streaming services coming out, all that stuff, why does Roku still exist? I don't get it. Like this is a multi-billion-dollar company. Why? Anywho, so Carvana again, same thing. Carvana, like I don't think anyone is expecting Carvana to beat, like bar none. The real surprise here would be if it beats, but I don't really understand how a company like Carvana can beat. Like it's like horrible management. It has a nice idea, but like horrible execution, bad management to top everything off. Like I don't know. I don't see it really making some crazy moves. Moderna healthcare beat, so I think like health it will probably beat too. Um, Block again, same thing, the same reasoning, right? Lots of bullish activity, all that stuff. So here's what we can do, right? So we can, since today is a down day, we can start buying a few calls, right? I think it will be a good place to buy a few calls here to prepare. So let's see here. Oh, looks like SPY moved up. No biggie. A lot of TVs have built-in Roku software, I believe. Yeah, they capitalized on that. But again, I don't think anyone really uses it. Like, no one will go out there and buy Roku. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But hey, I mean, so AMD. Oh, this is a nice song. So AMD, let's see here. So IV is not up that much. I mean, it's not small, but it's not crazy up, right? So IV calls. Let's do. I'm not gonna go crazy on size here. I would do should I do November 11th or this week? I mean, again, IV is not horribly high. Even if we get an IV crush, it's not gonna be that bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 2 contracts here. 2 contracts at 133. Order filled. All right, so let's see what else we have to shop for. Etsy calls. Moderna calls. SQ. Okay, let's see SQ. Options chain. So SQ, I will get the 65, right? Because it's cheap, and I'm a cheap person. So huge spreads there. Wow. Let's doing 85. Twilio. Not now. Man, I can't help it. I need to buy Carvana. Like, it's a shit company. Carvana. Fuck. Carvana, 160, 170% IV. That's higher than GME. I mean, of course, probably everyone and their mother are buying puts. Yeah, that's gonna be one hell of an IV crush. That's not good. Hmm. Looks like we're a little late to the party. But I can't help it. Let's go November 11th. And because this is too good to miss. Let's go a little bit out of the money here. Right? This is a big potential move. You know what I mean? You can also straddle this one, you know, in the very rare case that it beats, it's gonna be one hell of a move up. So, you know, you can do a straddle here for this one. That will work for sure. So, let's see here. So we got Carvana, GMA falling. Let's go. Die, Jamie. What AMD position did you buy? I'm gonna post all the positions that I'm buying right now in the Discord. Don't worry. And for you guys who are not in the Discord, this is where we kind of live, right? After we're done with the stream, we're going back to the Discord, all of us. So if you're not in the Discord, the links are in the description below. It's 100% free. Everything we do here in this community is free. So join us, join us if you're not there. I'm gonna post Cool Whip. I'm gonna post everything in the Discord once I'm done buying, right? So calm down. I get it. Okay, I get it. Wow, my computer just got very mad at me. USB is not recognized. The USB is not recognized. You don't listen to me. Yeah, it's throwing a fit. It's like you never listen to me. I keep telling you the USB is not recognized, and you never listen to me. Never. All right, so we bought SQ, we bought Carvana, and we bought AMD. We have Etsy, Roku, Moderna, and Twilio left, right? So I slapped when the fan makes some noise. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna slap mine because mine is just barely living, right? It's barely a computer. I'm gonna change it soon, so I don't think it can take a slap, man. Like you've seen how it acts, right? This is not a computer that can take a slap. So let's see here. Roku puts. Let's see Roku puts. Why not Roku puts? I know a lot of people are bullish on Roku. I'm just not seeing it, and I could be wrong, but this is my play, so I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick to my guns here, and I'm gonna get one contract, one put. Man, the spreads and the IV today is just like absolutely bonkers, right? Like this is just crazy here. Great. I'm not even sure why we're not getting a fill here. This is like pretty damn close, yeah. Crazy idiots. Etsy. I really like this music. It's super chill. I love that Japanese style, like, the classic Japanese old style music. It's super relaxing, especially when you're throwing a lot of money on options that might get IV crushed out of nowhere. Alright. I'm gonna check on my portfolio before I buy anything. Okay, so I have some copy paste stuff. Ooh, GME is up $60. Nice, yay us. Okay, so expectations played out. So I'm gonna do this. Control C, Carvana, Ash alerts, Carvana put, right? And let's go through this one. GME put, you guys already know about that. Ooh, we're almost up $100 here, 35% return. I'm gonna look into it in a minute here. Roku. And posted here. And SPX, that was the scalp this morning, the one that I made $50 on. SPY, you guys already know the SPY situation here, so no need to get into that again. SQ call, we'll see. So VIX, you already know that place. I think that covers it all pretty much, right? So let's go quickly look at GME and see if it's worth a scalp now, or will it go down some more? Ooh, wow, GME just like got super fucked. Nice. We're up 30% our GME position. I would say it's worth a scalp if we can get a fill, right? So I'm gonna trim one of them, right? Secure some profits here. I'm not even sure at what price it is. The spreads are absolutely horrendous on this one. We know our average is 1.1. I would love to get at least $50 per, right? So let's say 6-1 with the commission, right? I'm gonna leave it. If it fills, it fills. If it doesn't fill, it doesn't fill. But yeah, so Roku put up a little bit, SPY puts up a little bit, GME up quite a bit, Carvana up split a little bit because it's Carvana, it's a shit company. AMD, my baby, calls are not up at all. SQ calls are not up. VIX again is gonna take some time, so we're just gonna be patient with that one, right? So yeah, a lot of positions. We're in a lot of positions. I'm not a fan of this. I don't really like being into so many positions at the same time. So we're gonna start trimming this, as soon as anything starts making some respectable money here. Once we start making some respectable money on these, I'm just gonna start getting out here. Yeah, it looks like GME is from 20% all the way down to 5%. And looks like there's some buying volume coming here. My expectations is that does not hold. I think we go down some more, at the very least test 200 MA, probably go down even a little bit more. But we'll see, right? We'll find out. Who knows? Slap some life into it, gives it more amp. That's funny. All right, so energy up, which is not good for tech. That means things will probably go down tech-wise. Makes sense with what we've been seeing. Auto not doing much. Chinese stocks. I know some of you guys were in BABA, so hopefully you were able to get here at this big spike on the 64.7, because this was the level we had here. So basically, for you guys who are just new with us, when it was right around here, this level at 61.2, I said BABA will go up and fill the gap here at 64.7, which it just did today. So if anyone was in BABA, and calls and sold here today at the gap fill as we expected, congratulations to you. If not, more plays to come. I personally was not able to get in on it, so it is what it is. So Carvana, Etsy down a little bit. So retail not looking very sexy today. Banks still neither here nor there, all over the place. I would say a little bit of an improvement. Healthcare not looking so hot either. Communication, wow, Netflix just took a huge dump. See, this is what I was talking about. This is why I don't want to get in. Hopefully it does not go down to this level here that we had, the 280. That will be a substantial drop, but we'll see. Hopefully it just chops here, right? So we'll see. Even though we're not in on it, but like again, I wanted to maintain the structure, so when we do get in, it has a proper decent run. So Apple's still struggling with the 150.4 level, right? So it fell, it went right under it and testing it as resistance now instead of as support. So gonna be very, very important to see, because if it loses this level here, goes down to 150, that's $2 drop. That's another 1%, almost, maybe more than 1%. We're gonna see Apple pull the market down with it, right? Because Tesla is not hot either. So that's no good. AMD, Nvidia, all these guys back again to being pretty damn red, where they were only slightly red before. VIX just all over the place here, sort of a bear flag. I would say, yeah, this is a bear flag forming, which is not very good for our puts, but at the same time, we're gonna wait and see. So SPY, what's SPY doing here? SPY keeps rejecting the 21 MA. So we're again gonna have to wait and see. The hope was that it will hit the 200 MA sooner. It did not. So not much we can do here, but wait again. So let's have a look at our port here. Uh, GME still up 50 bucks on it. SPY puts up 30 bucks on it. That's okay-ish. Carvana again. So most of these are earnings plays anyway, not much to do with them. So hopefully again, usually the only reason I would trim a play that was meant for earnings or for long hold is that if it moves too much for me. So if it moves too much for me, I am a take your profit kind of guy. You know, I don't like to, have watch things turn red on me. It's not something I really like that much. So yeah, so I'll just so we're just gonna keep monitoring this here, right? So GME looks like it's starting to fall a little bit here. Let's go watch GME. At least GME will be probably a lot more fun than this, right? Because everything here seems to be pretty damn dead. At least we called it, right? At least we called it. At least we said this will be a chop day, and we were right. So that counts for something. I guess. I don't know. This possible bull flag here, sorry, bear flag here. Let's have look at the higher time frame. No, that ain't no bull flag. It's ugly, right? So yeah, obviously the 1 hour here for GME is not very pretty, which is to be expected. So could possibly go back and test the 21 MA here at 28.3, not very far off from 28.8 level that we have. 1 day chart. Oh yeah, so we saw here, like, remember it opened up right above this 200 MA. 200 MA was like, no man, like you don't get to do that. No, you come back down here, right? Look at this, like for the past almost year now, it's been unable to break 200 MA. And just by the way, guys, there's a gap. I mean, there was a gap here and it's being filled. There's still a gap all the way to exactly this level here, which is coincidentally the 28.8 level. So looks like we have a good target here to hopefully that we're able to hit. So we're gonna see. I'm not gonna get too greedy again. As soon as I'm able to trim this or get like any kind of like meaningful money out of it, I'm going out. I don't need to watch this go red, really. Like I don't care as long as I can make decent money off it. Like if I make $100 total off of GMA play, I'm pretty damn happy with that. I'll take it and move on. So we'll see here. Looks like all our puts are turning green, which makes sense. On the other hand, all our calls are really not doing well whatsoever, right? So including the VIX call, which is a bit ironic. So SQ down $30 and AMD up almost 40. Down almost $40. So yeah, not doing so hot on those. But again, earnings plays, right? So we don't really care how much they move now. Again, the market really is all over the place today. It seems very lazy, like it does not want to do anything. Semi is really absolutely taking a hit here. Like it's not looking good for semis like at all. Meanwhile, the SPY is not doing anything at all either, right? So you have QQQ here, which is like absolutely dying off. We would have been better off we had QQQ puts. We have the QQ just like complete death here, which we of course are seeing in tech. But of course you have finance and healthcare kind of holding SPY up a little bit. Again, the most weighted sector in SPY is tech. Second most weighted sector is healthcare, not finance, and third is finance. So healthcare, finance holding up, kind of holding off tech, the tech sell off a little bit here. So yeah, looks like it's just neither here or there. All right, guys. So unfortunately, a boring close to the stream today, but it is a close to the stream nonetheless. We've been streaming here for almost 2 hours now. So thank you guys so very much for joining me here today. Old people who were already joining us and new people still. I would please ask you kindly if you would please like this video. It really does help me a lot when you do that. If you can like the video, that would be super awesome. And if you are not in the Discord, this is where we're gonna take our party right now. So we're gonna move now to the Discord. It's a free Discord, nice little community we have. Link is in the description below. So if you're not there, I would ask you join us. I think you'd really like it. But if not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And thank you so much for seeing me today. Ash out.